can means we can relate to climate smart agriculture. Like when we are producing carbon light or water light food produce, so it contributes directly to responsible consumption and production. Apart from that, life on water and life on land affected by agriculture. And if we see almost every SDG, we can relate to agriculture when it comes to climate smart agriculture.
Let me make it clear. So it's not only agriculture, data and tools and agriculture. So specifically, hello, 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 hello. Okay, hello. Okay, range. Can you hear me now? Any other? Any other goal? Can you connect innovation technology? So how we can connect one of the SDG? So I'm trying to say that no need to give any answer right now. Just think. And next 3 days we will do all this exercise. It's not only that some hands-on. It's not only that some picture, page, people. It's about learning. It's about developing your thoughts. So that's why it's a training workshop, not a training program, not a single workshop. So prepare yourself for the next 3 days. Uh, boost yourself. So we have a long journey every day about 10 to 12 hours. Okay, agree with me? Right? Okay. So if there is some confusion, any doubt, so feel free to contact. So few things we may not cover during the lecture. So we have email IDs of the participants, or the email IDs of the resource persons. So anytime you can connect with them, we'll share all of this. So any additional thoughts? Let's say I miss something, but you can think, okay, we can add this particular point also in this aspect. So then now take a break. Okay, 5 10 minutes. Then we'll start our session and try to I'm to say talk with other participants and try to understand what their background, what their knowledge base, how we can collaborate. That is much important. Okay, thanks. Thanks to you.
In a digital world, technology is making lives easier. For example, we know how easy it is to order food online. Just one click on our phone, and the hot food is delivered at the doorstep. But do we ever think of the larger scene and our responsibilities towards agriculture, which is the significant source of our food? Do we ever know what are the challenges posed on a farmer in the time of global warming and climate change? Is the new generation ready to face the challenges that threaten food security systems, not just here, but across the world? Let's think about these questions today. Good morning, I'm Likita. On behalf of IIIT Bhubaneswar, I extend a warm welcome to you all. Today we have a workshop to explore these questions, seek answers, and form strategies to empower the new generation with knowledge, not just to secure the resources of food, but also bring in a new era of innovation and technology in the contemporary agricultural practices. IIIT Bhubaneswar welcomes you to the 3-day workshop on digital data and tools for managing agriculture, focusing on Earth observation data and climate change. I'm very happy to share that this workshop is jointly organized by IIIT Bhubaneswar, International Water Management Institute, and IEEE GRSS Kolkata chapter. The 3-day workshop in IIIT Bhubaneswar will introduce digital data and tools for managing agriculture with particular focus on the role of Earth observation data in agricultural management and the impact of climate change on agriculture and food security systems. Our participants will learn about the latest advancements in Earth observation technologies, big data analytics, and digital tools that can enable them to identify the challenges in the food system, urban water pollution, implementation to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and offer technical solutions to them. These objectives of the workshop echo the ethos of IIIT Bhubaneswar for its commitment to the entire value chain of knowledge creation, diffusion, and preservation to meet the challenges of the century. The 3-day workshop will contribute to this chain of knowledge and strengthen the vision of IIIT Bhubaneswar to impart education and training to develop human resources who will lead the economy and society in the coming decades. And for this initiative, today we have with us the stellar dignitaries of the Galaxy of Knowledge. I'll take a moment to welcome the honorable dignitaries onto the stage. With a huge round of applause, I take extreme pleasure to invite Director IIIT Bhubaneswar, Professor Assis Ghosh, to please come on stage. May I please invite our guest of honor, Sri Subhadra Mishra, founder and CEO Spark. I'm very happy to invite guest of honor, Sri Anup Sikka, International Water Management Institute, India representative. Now I take extreme pleasure to invite our guest of honor, Sri Manoj Patnaik, Additional Secretary, ENIT Department, Government of Odisha, CEO, Prepare. May I please invite with pleasure our chief guest, Sri Gyanan Das, IAS Managing Director, Odisha State Disaster Mitigation Authority, onto the stage. I take extreme pleasure to invite Surajit Ghosh onto the stage. May I please request our students to present flowers and felicitate our dignitaries. I also take this opportunity to extend the warmest welcome to all the participants from across the nation. We wish you a promising start for now and a great career ahead. May this workshop ignite the spirit of curiosity and the passion of learning in the young minds. Let's have a huge round of applause for our bright participants here. Welcome to the workshop. To rise high, it's important to stay connected to our roots. To mark a promising start, let's light the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. We will now have a small diya lighting ceremony to inaugurate the event. For this, I'd like to request our honorable dignitaries to please do the honors on stage. I'm extremely happy to invite Professor Shrishmita Ghosh to join us in the diya lighting ceremony. Ma'am, please come on stage and join us. Right, and in the presence of the Lamb, let's invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and learning. With huge round of applause, please welcome the students of our music brand group to present a Saraswati Vandana.
Har har dhavana Yashurava Samrita Yahavina Haratandra Mandrikara Shveta Padmasana Brahma Sutta Sankara Pratutivi Devi Sada Vandika Ramantatu Saraswati Bhagavati Shri Sajaya Maha Brahma Vichar Sar Parama Adyam Jagadjapiti Veena Pustakadharini Vakaraya Vyakataya Maha Spati Kamalika Madhavati Padmasane Pita Pita Parameshwari Bhagavati Prada Sarada
Song has filled a room with angelic vibrations. Thank you, the student band group, for presenting this marvelous Saraswati Vandana. Now, waiting no more, I take this opportunity to request Director IIIT Bhubaneswar, Professor Ashish Ghosh, to please come on days and deliver the welcome address for us.
A very good morning to all respected dignitaries sitting on the dais, MDs, MDOs Dhamma, Secretary IIIT Department, and representation from IMI Sri Lanka. My colleagues and dear students, invited guests, media person, and all participants. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this 3-day workshop on digital data and tools for managing agriculture. Maybe all of you will agree with me that this part of the country is mainly agriculture based. One of the main resources is agriculture. Although Odisha is rich in minerals, agriculture is possibly the main source of income. Also, another fact that this state is very much prone to disasters. Lots of cyclones hit this state. So it is created in the Bay of Bengal and finally comes and lands somewhere either in the Paradip port or somewhere in the neighborhood. So possibly this is one of the good places where this sort of techniques and tools are needed. Now nowadays we have plenty of tools, artificial intelligence tools, or machine learning based tools, or data analysis based tools, which are really useful for managing this sort of unprecedented events. Could be flood, could be drought, could be cyclones, could be depression, or whatever it is. So if the people over here, if the citizens of this state are well equipped with all these techniques and modern tools which need to be used for managing this sort of disasters, this sort of climatic changes, enhancing the quality of agriculture, enhancing the yield of agricultural products, then possibly that would be a big gift for this stage. So keeping all these things in the background, we thought that it would be appropriate to have a series of workshops or lectures or seminars or whatever name you give, so that experts from all over the world either come over here or deliver online lectures to train us, to train common people of this region to use these tools for the betterment of the society. This is a major aim of organizing this sort of workshops. The first workshop of this series, we are scheduling a sequel, I will say. Maybe the next one will come after a month or so on similar topics, and more some such things will be coming here. So I'm very happy to see that the people who are managing this sort of disasters events, or the people who are controlling the technical aspect of it, are sitting on my desk. For those who are new to this region, for their information, IIIT Bhubaneswar was established in 2006 with an aim to have quality education and research in the field of IT. This institute is created under the aegis of Electronics and IT Department. And our secretary, Mr. Manoj Patnaik, is present over here. Maybe we'll listen more from him, why and how this institute was created and what is the expectation from this institute, of the department from this. I am a newcomer here. I joined roughly 2 months back. My understanding goes something like this institute should handhold the state government for all sorts of IT education and IT related research, and of course its application to the society. In 2014, this was converted to a unitary university. Now this institute can offer its degrees, and at this moment we are offering BTech programs, MTech programs, and PhD programs in computer science, electronics, telecommunication, and electrical engineering. It's a rough sketch about what is this institute, what is the aim of this institute, what would be possibly the major objective of this institute. This workshop, we have participants from all over India. We have around 80 participants. Although we had a request of around 350 candidates, given the physical restrictions, we have forced to restrict ourselves to around 80 participants. We have speakers from all over the world. The entire globe will be sharing the expertise and knowledge for the benefit of these participants. Now I hope from these lectures of these excellent resource persons, experts of the domain, the participants will be highly benefited. This workshop will also provide a kind of good opportunity to all my young colleagues, my faculty members, my PhD students, to interact with this sort of, so to say, celebrities in their own field, and enhance their knowledge. Hopefully, I will expect that the knowledge gained from this workshop will finally be applied as daily digital tools or apps or computer programs or whatever way you look at for enhancing the agricultural yield, for managing droughts, managing floods, for managing the climate, be prepared with unforeseen natural disasters. So with these sort of aims in mind, I welcome you once again to this institute, to this part of the country. Let us all participate to this workshop. Enjoy the hospitality offered by my colleagues, led by Dr. Vishwajit Pradhan and Dr. Shubhadeep Ghosh. Look at the kind of visitors attractions of this region, including Konark Sun Temple and Puri Jagannath Temple, and enjoy your stay in this early winter season. I welcome you once again to this hall.
Thank you very much, sir, for your encouraging words. You constantly inspire and motivate us. I'm very happy to share that Professor Sushmita Ghosh, IEEE KOLKATA, she is here. With a huge round of applause, I would request her to please come on stage and join the debate. Please, ma'am. Now, may I please invite our guest of honor, Sri Subhadra Mishra, founder and CEO, Spark. So please come on the dais and say a few words to our participants.
Thank you. Respected Professor Bush, Sri Gyanadas, Managing Director OACMA, Bush Patnaik, CEO CAG, Mr. Surjit Ghosh, EMI, and Mrs. Ghosh from Enterprise. Distinguished guests who have come from all over the country. That's what I hear. That there are 59 participants who have come from outside Odisha. And ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It's indeed a great honor for me to be a part of this workshop, which speaks about managing agriculture, leveraging Earth observation data, and different types of digital tools. So, as we all know, climate change poses a significant threat to the agricultural system. It has disrupted the traditional practices, and to overcome these challenges, we need to take help of modern methods, techniques to understand the situation better, to analyze mitigation measures, to adapt to the changing scenario. So, when we are talking about satellite data, it's we call it eye in the sky, which keeps a continuous watch on what's happening on the Earth's surface, and that helps us understand the changing scenarios in a much better way. In the recent times, the satellite technology has advanced very much. In the sense, like if you look at a few years back, there are few satellites, their abilities to capture data was very limited. Their revisit period was small, and you would not get that frequent data to correctly interpret or basically come at a conclusive decision on a real-time mode. But today there are huge number of satellites. There are different changes which has happened in this Earth observation ecosystem. There are more number of satellites in the sky. That means we have a more wider coverage. CubeSats, which are small satellites, like multiple in numbers, like let's say there are hundreds of numbers of PlanetSat dome satellites, which picturize the Earth every day. Every square inch on the Earth is covered every day. So the daily data helps us interpret and analyze the crop productivity, the crop health, the crop status in very significant way, and the real-time data enables us to take decisions that we can quickly implement and overcome the challenges that we foresee. Similarly, there has been resolution improvements. The faster availability of data has happened because of advanced communication between the satellite and the ground stations. So earlier, let's say, even if the data has been captured by the satellite, it used to take at least 48 hours, 96 hours for that data to be made available. But now the data is available in, let's say, 2.5 to 3 hours time. Almost the latency is basically going down. So what is happening is that today there is a flood situation. So morning it rains, afternoon we have the data that okay, what's the submergence, what has happened. So that the technology, the what you say, complementing technologies, they have also helped the usage of this data, like the utility of this data has improved because of the allied technological growth. Similarly, let's say the machine learning, artificial intelligence, they have the ability to scan through millions of data and let's say thousands of square kilometers of data and give us some conclusion as to what is happening, what mitigation measures have to be. There has been a significant, what I say, innovation in the data capture technology by means of through the hyperspectral imaging. So I do not know whether you are aware about the hyperspectral images, which are nowadays they are considered to be bringing revolution into the agricultural crop analysis. We have heard about multispectral data. They used to basically capture data in discrete spectrums. Like you have, let's say, red, green, blue, or maybe maximum very near infrared, shortwave infrared data. So discrete spectrums that had very limited ability. Now the hyperspectral data, that's a contiguous acquisition in narrower basically bands and more number of bands. So that means, let's say, for example, Vyvan's DragonSat, which is already in space, they capture almost 32 bands at 5.8 meter resolution, compared to what we would get, let's say, a 3-band or a 5-band data in multispectral. Now you have 32 band. That means you can differentiate or you can notice micro changes that is happening to the crop or on the ground, whatever is happening. Similarly, Planet Labs, they are planning to launch Tanager in very short time, maybe in a month or two. I think the satellite should go up. So the satellite has got capability to capture 400 spectral bands. So that means you can really notice very micro changes that is happening on the crop on the ground. So there are different applications, like you can always look at the environmental impacts on crop. Like you can look at the water quality. You can even analyze whether this water is saline, the irrigation, that water that you're applying, whether that is good enough or whether it is healthy for the crop. You can look at soil degradation. You can look at water stress. You can look at soil moisture on near real-time basis. Similarly, this also helps in disease detection, nutrition deficiency, pest detection, weed detection, which were earlier not possible using satellite data. Now with hyperspectral imaging making an entry, these all things are going to help. It also helps in precision agriculture by means of understanding crop phenology, which is basically like what is the different stages of the crop. With the flowering stage, the maturing stage, the harvesting stage can be differentiated. With multispectral data, you simply see it's a crop. At what stage it is there, it's very difficult to interpret. But hyperspectral data can give you that insight. Similarly, it can differentiate between crops. Let's say this farmland has grown paddy, this farmland has grown maize. or maybe some other places vegetables are there, different types of vegetables have been grown. It can always tell you that okay, this much of acreage is under this type of crop. So basically, like the possibilities are very many. There are many different ways this data can be leveraged to aid in precision farming as well as combating the challenges of climate change. So I think it's a wonderful exercise that IIIT has taken up, and basically it's a platform to collaborate. It's a platform to learn. I urge all of you, all the participants, to engage, to create that network, and to understand how data can be used to combat climate change and to like improve agricultural productivity. I really express my gratitude to IIIT as well as all the organizers who have put up a great show here today. So I think this 3 days will be filled with very interactive discussions and enlightening things will come out. So I think with that I'll end my uh, statements. And so thank you very much for having me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful talk. It was a pleasure to listen to you. Now, I'm very happy to invite our guest of honor, Sri Alok Sikka, who has kindly consented to join us online. We are thankful to Dr. Alok Sikka for managing some time out of his hectic schedule. Dr. Alok Sikka is with International Water Management Institute Delhi office as IWMI representative India since April 2016. Prior to joining IWMI, he served as Deputy Director, General Natural Resource Management, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and Technical Expert, Watershed Development in the rank of Additional Secretary to Government of India, National Rainfed Area Authority, Planning Commission, Government of India, New Delhi. So please, we request you to address our participants. Sir Alok Sikka is with us online. Please bear with us for a moment.
Sir, you can start.
All right. Okay, so I don't know where, when I started, where I,
So, sir, please start from beginning. Sorry, extremely sorry.
all right, okay. So I think, let me again start from the beginning. So, well, let me thank organizer for having given me this opportunity to be over here amongst all of you this morning. And also congratulate them and my colleague Surajit from IIIT Colombo for kind of taking steps in initiating this kind of an training workshop. which is really very, very important and topical in nature. And I hope this is the beginning, and we'll again be seeing that how best we can really take it forward. And I also add my own word of welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais and all the fellow training participants. Just to let you know that the digital tools and technology in the present era, the way the things are advancing, it's really very, very important. And not only important in the science, but how well the science can put them to the use for the society. And that's really much more important, as one of the speakers earlier was talking about. As I mentioned that we both represent International Water Management Institute, which is one of the CGIAR research centers. And here we are looking into the science for transformative agenda on which various water solutions and applied to agriculture, because our major focus is water for agriculture and agri-food system. Of course, we also work on the water risk, that's floods, droughts, and which the state where we are sitting, that's pretty much prone to cyclone and other disasters. That's the speaker was talking about. And then, of course, we are looking at many, many other water and climate change and many other and water and the growth and the society at large. And when we are looking into, so that's the kind of the way that the International Water Management Institute, it's a global organization. And we have our offices, and we have the regional offices in 13 countries, and we work in 40 plus countries. In India, we are hosted by the Department of Agriculture Research and Education, and we have our offices in Delhi as well as in Anand. This we call it as EV Data Water Policy Program. Digital tools and their application is one of the major areas of interest, because we know that when we are now trying to look into the way the agriculture and the water sector works, it's data driven. It's spatial and temporal in nature. And so we need the data-driven solutions and the decision support systems for agriculture and water management sector. And so that's something that we're really, this particular topic is pretty much of interest to IIIT, and IIIT has been working in this area. Our interest has been that we have been working for a period of time. Of course, we did do a little bit work together in partnership with the Indian Institute of Water Management in Bhubaneswar on the based flood insurance and the flood mapping also in Odisha, and apart from what we have been doing in Bihar. So we have been looking into the way that we apply to agriculture, as I said, because in India, when we are talking about over 83% of water goes into agriculture. And so one can understand that the kind of a close connectivity with agriculture and water management. And so we are looking into the digital tools and its applications, including the decision support system and the tools, right from water resources assessment and monitoring to doing spatial hydrological modeling. And we know that with the advancement in this digital technology and the satellites capturing images with high resolution data and including hyperspectral, that it has really become very handy for we as a hydrologist to try and see that how best we can make best use of this using the geoinformatics and the data analytics to even do the spatial modeling of all the hydrology and the water resources data, which help us in agriculture and water management planning. And so this is something that, in addition to that, we have been also looking into this water risk assessment and management, largely the floods and the droughts, and climate vulnerability assessment, and also making use of the digital application in the climate resilient water management, particularly from smart agriculture. I think we did a little bit work earlier on climate smart agriculture in Odisha as well, and also how best we are making use of this digital technology, digital innovations in irrigation services, performance delivery including water use efficiency and water productivity. Now, IIIT has been working on water accounting, which is one of the important tool which uses a whole lot of this digital data, all this digital innovation, right from monitoring to mapping of this water resources, and even in a water skills data where we have. So we have been working on this. We have been recently working on using this water accounting tool in West Bengal, and a couple of years back, we had organized a training, which I did manage together with the Secretary, Government of India Water Resources of the Jal Shakti Ministry. And we had organized a training, and I'm very happy to see that some of those tools which have been there, which we did together with the IIT Delhi, are being used. So this is something that really worth taking forward. Then how best we can use the water accounting plus tools in trying to see to assess the water resource availability and how the water is disposed in various sectors. So as I said that recently we are working together with the West Bengal Accelerator ADMIT department, and we are trying to see that how best we can really use that in various areas. We did also work earlier in some other river basins in India using water accounting plus tools in assessing various fluxes of water. Was very rightly mentioned that these tools are really very handy when you are looking at precision farming, precision agriculture, precision irrigation. That is where we really get into nowadays when we are talking about the sensor technologies. So the sensor based soil moisture sensor based irrigation strategy. And that kind of irrigation strategy is going to be more precise, and we are doing, and we are also going to be linking it with satellite data to have a much more broader system of giving the actual ED assessment and making the actual ED based irrigation schedule. So those are the kind of things where the sensor based, and then now we are looking into the IoT based systems, trying to automate the entire irrigation system process, irrigation application, and more of a precision farming, including the fertilizer placement and things like that. So those are the kind of things that we have been working. Of course, Odisha, recently we finished working also using the one of the sensors which is much cheaper, that's called a chameleon sensor, which we done work in the Karnataka district on the farmer's field for doing the irrigation schedule. And similarly, we have been also trying to see that how best this kind of digital tools can be used in assessing crop water requirement and water productivity assessment. And when we talk about the water productivity assessment, that we are not only looking at the physical water productivity, that is kgs of tons of output produced per cubic meter of water, but also in terms of economic value. And so this is something that we have been working both using the ground-based data and also using the satellite-based data and using the PySQL and many other models that we have been really looking into. And we recently now, very soon we will be coming up with a water productivity atlas for India, which is kind of we are making the database system. And similarly, as I said, the water use efficiency and water productivity, we are working across the scale using various data and analytical tools. And one of the very important things which we know that the disasters, the water-related risks, that floods and the droughts. So we have been using the data analytics and geoinformatics, using all the satellite data for doing both the drought as well as the floods. So Rajit has been a part of that with us, and we have been working on index-based flood insurance, which I'm sure that he might be talking in some of these other his lectures, and which we worked for crop insurance in addition to the PM and here. What we have been doing was that, of course, I can't go into the detail. We use the satellite data in trying to see the depth, the inundation, and the duration, and to fix up the rate for the insurance losses and what are the minimum threshold levels to make the claims. So this we did demonstrated in Bihar for 4 years, and then again we of course did handling of the risk with the more information package. Then whatever you get the information and instead of the farmer with the information, so that in that case the chances of floods or the droughts are reduced. And then at the same process, we have been using and we have recently launched South Asia drought monitoring system. All using the satellite data, which is all using all this data analytics and all the advances in data. And so I think those who are interested, they can always get on to that and it will go for our South Asian drought monitoring system, which is working as a drought decision support tool. And they are not only looking into the vulnerability and how the drought is progressing, but we are also thinking with the drought contingency plans at the district level. The district level drought contingency plans which have been produced by ICR and Government of India, we are think that dynamically, and so we are also involved with that, so maybe we can talk later on in detail if somebody is interested in that. And not stopping there, then going down to the field level, and we have been working also, and we have developed, and the various people and the departments are using, even ABAD and ITC and KIIT are using our tool, our drought proofing tool, where it's simple decision support system, which is based on the water balance tool. At the field level or at the watershed level, you can try to see that what are the interventions to be made, are the interventions good enough to drought proof the area or not. So those are the kind of the other tools which decision support tools that which have been working, we have already developed and still working on. And then the climate smart agriculture technology. The issue is there are a whole number of various interventions are available. So what we did, we had a web-enabled system where we try to prioritize the climate smart interventions and technologies, and that is something we came to the HCR and to the other tool for using. And right now we have been also working on making best use of this remote sensing satellite data and all the advances in surface storage mapping. And we have been now using even the smallest water bodies, and now we have come up. That is our intention is to try and see the integrated storage assessment and integrated storage mapping and integrated storage management. So it is in that perspective that we are looking into that. And besides, as I said, that online irrigation service benchmarking and the systematic irrigation asset management. And recently, we also used this digital application in coming up with a solar irrigation pump size. As you know, that the solar irrigation is getting prominence, and we have been deeply working on solar irrigation. And so we have developed a solar irrigation pump sizing tool, which is now been put in the website of MNRE. And so these are the kind of the number of the things, and also one of the tools which we have been working on with the GIZ, like Manrega, we are spending a lot of money which goes to soil and water conservation works. Then how do we look into the potential impact of Manrega works which we have been doing. So I think there are a number of things that we are doing, and we will be very happy that Swarajit has now opened this avenue with the IIIT, and I'm also closely associated with Orissa for many other activities. And I think last year, month also, I was there with the international millet thing, which my old friend and colleague, Dr. for development commissioner and going to be there, and for women and water or something like that. So I think I have a very close association with Lisa, and now with this initiative which Gurjeet you have taken, I think I'm sure that we'll be able to have a much more stronger linkages and association and working in the future. So with these words, I thank again all of you, and I in the beginning I would have been happy to be over there, but nevertheless I'll definitely be there in Bhubaneswar the next month. Thank you so much, and over to you, Sarojit. Sarojit.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivating talk. We find your speech timely and significant. Thank you for bringing in an awareness about the challenges involved in agriculture and proposing solutions to the same. We treasure your association with IIIT Bhubaneswar. And once again, I take a moment to thank Professor Alok Sikka for managing some time out of his busy schedule and joining us here. Thank you, sir. We can have a huge round of applause for Professor Alok Sikka. Now I take extreme pleasure in inviting our guest of honor, Sri Manoj Kumar Patnaik, Additional Secretary, E&IT Department, Government of Odisha, CEO in OCAC, and former Director, IIIT Bhubaneswar.
Respected Chair, respected MD USGMA, esteemed dignitaries on the dais, Chika online, and all the participants here. I thank the organization for inviting me to this event, and I'm in fact honored to be here. My special thanks to Director IIIT for organizing this workshop here, because IIIT is meant to be the target of all the IT professionals of the state and the research activity of the state related to IT. So I think the new days for IIIT has started with organizing this national workshop. Once again, I thank the Director of IIIT for organizing this. About the workshop, my previous speaker, Sika, my younger brother, Subhadar, they've already given a flavor of the technology or tools available for a climate smart, a resource smart agriculture. I have nothing more to say on that. But one thing I must highlight, that agriculture facing a dual challenge. It has to feed up increasing population, and but the production is not increasing proportionately because of Earth's climate, changing climate, unpredictable climate. So I hope you will definitely come out with insights and ideas in this workshop, which can be used by the farmers for increasing their yield, for increasing their crop production. In fact, my concern is not about techniques, tools, and methods. My concern is about the actual extension of these techniques, tools to the field. My colleague from agriculture department is here. She must agree with me that how difficult it is to take these techniques or to use these techniques in the field. We must find out solutions that are affordable, which should be accessible, and which should be user friendly. Just now we saw a case. All tools available, but accessibility is a problem because of lack of capacity among us. So capacity building also equally important. I give the example because this online connectivity was disrupted. Technology is there, but lack of capacity to handle, to use. So these things we should keep an eye upon in during this workshop. I thank again the organizer for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. You're inspiring as always. Now, I am very happy to request Professor Shushmita Ghosh, CC Department Professor at Jadavpur University, Senior Researcher and Member, IEEE Kolkata Chapter, GRSS. Please share a few ideas with us.
Very good morning to one and all. And on behalf of IEEE GRSS Kolkata chapter, I welcome you all to this August gathering and my respected dignitaries, Dr. Misra, Professor Ghosh, Dr. Sikka over online, and then Dr. Dash, Dr. Bhattanayak, and Dr. Shirojit Ghosh. So it's my proud privilege to be here with you all over here. So it's really true that we are in the digital era and we are data rich. But there are a lot of challenges, as Professor Dr. Bhattanayak has rightly pointed out. Are we capable enough to address all these issues, all these technologies, whatever we are developing theoretically? Are we capable enough to employ these in field? We are really true that we are data rich, but you all will be wondering that out of 100% data that is there with us over the repository, only 85%, only 15% is structured. And the rest of the data, either it is unstructured or semi-structured. So basically, we have to unveil those unstructured data as well to obtain real information out of this vast amount of data, which is really a challenge. And I feel that today's workshop, this 3 days workshop, will unveil some of these. The title of the workshop is something like that, Earth Observation Data, and its application towards agriculture, towards climate, using AI and ML. We all normally work with different machine learning based methodologies, but normally we do work with using Python. Thanks goes to Python. We just run the program and then get some data, and that's all. We publish papers. But are those papers will really be useful for its practicality, for its employability, for its applicability? That poses a lot amount of questions to all of us. So we are here on behalf of, I'm thankful to IIIT Bhubaneswar for organizing this kind of workshops, and thanks goes to Dr. Shirojit Ghosh and the organizers over here for organizing this kind of workshop. Through this workshop, I hope that the people will be aware of some kind of knowledges which were otherwise not there with us in reality, in true sense. So once again, on behalf of IEEE GRSS Kolkata chapter, I welcome you all to this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the interesting talk. Now, without waiting further, I take this opportunity to invite our chief guest, Sri Gyana Das, IAS Officer, Managing Director, Odisha State Disaster Management Authority. So please come on stage and address the young minds.
I should start with a good morning and namaskar, but it's going to be noon also. Good afternoon. We are running late slightly, so I try to be brief. I must thank Director IIIT, CEO Kak, MD Expert, course, and all of you, all the great minds joining here for this 3-day deliberation on a topic that we do not talk with a field level practice. And I represent the field level practitioners who implement the research modeling that you do. So I represent Odisha State Disaster Management Authority, which was set up soon after the super cyclone 19. It occurred in the month of October, and the OSDMA was set up in December, early December 99. And it is the first disaster management authority in the South Asia, followed by Gujarat State Disaster Management Authority soon after the Bhuj Act. Then, as a policy of Government of India, as per the Disaster Management Act 2005, we have also State Disaster Management Authority in all states. Odisha State Disaster Management Authority was originally set up as Odisha State Disaster Mitigation Authority, but later on it was renamed because the scope increased, modified, amplified. It became as the management. And we do all the activities relating to preparedness, planning, prevention, mitigation, capacity building, other than the response works which are done by the Office of the Relief Commissioner. And we have been discussing about how we do bring digital data, geospatial data in the field of agriculture. But our job is not too specific to agriculture. We confine to all disasters, not only flood and drought for that. So let me share a few of the things that OSDM has done. We do have a mobile app known as Satark, and also it's a web application where any citizen, including farmers, they can download the app, get all weather related information, whether it is rain or temperature, etc. Forecast for flood, cyclone. We have a drought monitoring module also in that also. You will get forecast for lightning also in that. We do have a tie-up with the certificate institutions like IEEE, INCOIS and others, where we do get the official data. This is not from private sources. These are mostly from official sources like IEEE and IIT in Pune also. So all the data that we provide to Satark mobile application are validated by government agencies. And we do have a inter-government agency like RIMES who actually calibrates and also does the value addition work. And it is of the government of Odisha's mobile app. And its web application is meant for all disaster managers, whether it is agriculture department, or Office of the Relief Commissioner or Office of the District Collectors. So they use also the web application for where we have also a decision support system inbuilt in that. We have also recently prepared a rainfall atlas for Odisha. We didn't have a rainfall atlas, and we know we need data for any decision making, any analysis, whether it is a digital form or a non-digital form. And none of us have tried to analyze the rainfall data across Odisha for last 13 days. So we tabulated the entire data for all stations, and it has coming up with a atlas format. It will be in a printable and public domain, maybe in the month of January. So any research scholar, any practitioner can use this data for any rainfall station. We have got currently 314 rainfall stations, apart from the rainfall stations of IEEE. So these are all owned by the Relief Commissioner's Office, and we maintain the records of that. And normally we know the rainfall data that we get is 24 hours interval in Odisha Super Odisha. So every day around 8:30 in the early morning we get the data for the 24 hours. But for agricultural purposes or flood forecasting, we need a different pattern of analysis. So it is not about the, let's say when IMD says that we are going to have a normal rainfall with a deviation of 15 to 20%. And they say the way they said also this time southwest monsoon also was good to normal also. So when we say normal rainfall, we say it is as per the quantum of rainfall or precipitation that we have received. We don't analyze the number of rainy days or spray. We don't analyze that, but that is what is required for agricultural purposes. So we may have 300 mm rainfall plus or 400 mm rainfall also in a day, which is more than a month's normal rainfall. So far as calculation is concerned, so I have got 1 month's normal rainfall in a day also, but that may lead to flooding provided in Bhubaneswar. And if you remember those who are stationed at Bhubaneswar, last week of June, 159 mm rainfall at Bhubaneswar near airport level. Like within 3 hours from 2 to 5 p.m. led to flooding in Bhubaneswar. God forbid, 100 mm rainfall during month of July. 7 to 8 lakh cubic of flood water passing in Mahanadi. Cuttack will be requiring boats in Cuttack because most of the areas will be flooded in Cuttack. And we have seen recently what has happened in Chennai, also 2 days back also in Chennai also. So the scenario is changing because of climate change. We have got more frequent, erratic, high intense activities also that we need to capture in our system. And Manaja knows it. We are collaborating with the IT department. We are going to set up automatic rainwater stations across 6,794 gram panchayats. We have got 6,794. And also certain forest areas. So close to 7,000 plus automatic rainwater stations will be there. So the data will be coming to the state data center, which will be also a part of our state data center server. And these data will be available within an interval of 15 minutes, not 1 hour, 24 hours. You are currently aware. So the data across Odisha will be available at 15-minute interval. So that will also, along with the forecast, we can always calibrate wherever there is a flooding or drought situations, whatever we need. And also we'll be capturing soil moisture, other humidity, other data also. For 314 weather stations, we are also going to have weather stations apart from these rainwater stations, which will capture other data also. So these 314 weather stations will be also across Odisha at all block. Plus certain areas also in addition to this in the drought prone districts of the western Odisha. So again, all these data will be coming up to the state data center for analysis, and we'll be sharing these with agriculture department and with any other department which are interested in that. And all these things will have been done with the KOKATA actually. They are our partners, they are technical partners. They will be doing it that way. And we are, as the way Mrs. Ghosh said, we are data rich actually. The problem with me as a field officer, I don't know what to do with this data. Honestly. Because so much of data coming from so many sources. As a field officer, maybe a district agriculture officer or a block agriculture officer, do I have an understandable format the way I can communicate to the farmer actually? So Subhadarshi, he knows we have a farmer database for entire region. We all are connected to their mobile numbers also. Mobile numbers of all citizens were getting connected through IT department. It is a major exercise taken by the IT department. Whether landless farmers, small farmers, marginal farmers, we have their name, number, location, everything. But do we have the capability or a system to send them agricultural advisory? Area specific, season specific, or period specific? Maybe crop specific also. Because we don't have similar type of or same crop everywhere across Odisha. Our consumption patterns are different, our cultivation patterns are different, and how do we use that data, Madam Bracket Rich, in an understandable information format to a layman, a farmer who is illiterate, maybe academically illiterate, but his knowledge wise, he is an expert. He is an expert in his own field. So the data the gap that is existing in the data reservoirs we have and communicating to them in understandable format to the common person. That is where our success lies. Recently, Manajavu said some officer from agriculture department is also here. Oh, thank you. So we have tied up with them and submitted a proposal of 100 crores. I don't know whether you know it. Director Agriculture and Arvind sir know. So we have prepared a proposal for 100 crores, 20 crores for 1 year, 5 years, 100 crores. Particularly climate change adaptation and drought mitigation. It will be taken up with the drought prone districts. We have also tied up with the agriculture department for another project of 5 crores to take a more shade improvement, you can say. With less water, how do we use more agricultural productivity and then more research work and also. The way you have expectations from this work, sir. And I do have certain expectations which have been magnified after listening to Mr. Alok Shikar. There is a drought monitoring cell set up in OSDMA. And as per the Government of India drought manual, we are supposed to declare or recommend to Government of India declaration of drought in the month of October by 30. And the data that we get or information we get from the agriculture department, validated by the revenue officials, validated by the drought monitoring cell, goes to the determining. And we run lots of models. We run models for drought monitoring. We run models for drought forecasting also. We also run models for cyclone forecasting also, risk impact based forecasting. Where is like to hit, which are the people area likely to affect it. So our data is also based on geospatial analysis, and GIS data is our backbone. Without that data, we cannot do anything. So we are also having we are also going to have sensors also, river sensors, and within Bhubaneswar also sensors, and Kolkata also for flood forecasting or urban forecasting. We are also in a process of having sensors in Gajpati, where you can monitor heavy rain and leading to landslides. So lots of geospatial data is behind all this analysis, and is doesn't the user or the common man who are using the applications may not be knowing it, but let's have works going on inside. That's why ORSAC and NRSC are our partners also. They provide the data to us and updated by IT department. And particularly Manoj sir, he is not available, IT secretary is not here, but he has been our backbone. As I was sharing, he is also the head of our technical committee at OSDM able to take this technical. And Mr. Alok Shikar was also referring to preparation of drought management plans. So we have a concept also of preparing drought management plans with the support of agriculture department in various districts. So what my expectation is from the this workshop, let me be very frank also. I do have expectation from IIIT. OSDMA is coming up with a state institute of disaster management just near Roti campus. So that is hardly 1.5 kilometers will be from your campus. So there it will be a center of excellence for all these knowledge activities, capacity building activities. So hopefully it will be operationalized very shortly in the first quarter of 2024. And how do I can have let's say an understanding within IIIT, OSDMA and SDA who carry forward these research activities or collaboration activities. Workshops, conferences, studies that we can take up. Certain activities can be taken up from the capacity building from the SDRF that we are also taking up as a part of disaster management. And also I do expect certain studies by our partners, future probable partners. You are one of our partners. I look at it in that way. Maybe non-structural studies you can take up for drought management or application of IT and geospatial technology in the field of disaster management. So it can be a composite project activities, collaborations. Funding could be something from your side or funding could be from our side. Funding should not be an issue, but if the project is worth it. So that's what where my expectation will be, or my takeaway will be. I am looking forward to a brand the grand alliance and collaboration with the IIIT, with Musa, with you and Alamsika, Kimi, with all of you, how do we carry forward such capacity building activities and non-structural research studies? And let me share the last thing that I will highlight. We are going into micro level analysis. We are taking up a case pilot project in 101 villages of 6 villages. We will have all village level data, georeference. So we will plan it for flood, cyclone, drought, tsunami, everything, including the inundation mapping also, agricultural lands, high land, low land, medium land, how they are going to affect it, where are the small farmers located, where are the large farmers located, how they are going to be affected by a flood in the month of June, July, August, or September, or how they are going to be affected, which are the crop areas that are likely to be affected in case they have a cyclone in the month of December, also the first week of December, the way we had also. So we are looking at more, and we will have a village level tracker also. Village level tracker, because Odisha is the only state so far which has amended the Gram Panchayat Act, the Panchayat Samiti Act, to prepare village level disaster management plans and Panchayat level disaster management. And we want to link up this village level risk analysis to the GP level development plans. So what we are looking at, taking up mitigation projects at the Panchayat level based on the local requirements, which will cater to the local solutions. The programs will not be prepared at the state level. This has to come up from the local bodies, panchayatas, field level agricultural officers, panchayat representatives who are in the field, they know the requirement of the locality. So that project we are also going to take up. We are taking up. This process has already started. So lots of technical collaborations will be there along with these activities. So I think this is the first meeting. Perhaps OSDM is participating in IIIT. And we'll be looking forward to this, not the last one. This is the beginning one. I look at that way. So having more technical collaboration, because we have tie up with IITs. So we have also tie up with the VSUD, we have tie up with the IIIT Bhubaneswar, we have tie up with the ADPC, World Bank, UN organizations. Okay. So we are also working with multiple agencies, national and international, in the field of disaster risk management, DRR we can say. So we will be expecting much from this forum. How do we carry forward the lessons, takeaways, and the 3-day deliberations? Maybe at the end of the 3-day, Director of IIIT may come up with certain suggestions. He may like to implement or execute or enter into collaboration with OSDM and government. And this is our institute, and we should be proud of our institute and our collaborations also. Thank you all for giving an opportunity to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing amazing ideas with our scholars. Thank you for imparting great knowledge to participants. We treasure your live association and collaborations with IIIT Bhubaneswar, and we are very honored to have you with us today. Thank you, sir. We are extremely grateful to the honorable dignitaries for the kindly consented to join us on this occasion. We are glad that they managed time out of their busy schedules. To convey our gratitude, may I please request our director to honor our esteemed guest with traditional memento as a token of appreciation. May I please request director to felicitate chief guest, Sri Kadatas. I request the director to felicitate our guest of honor, Sri Subhakashi Mishra. I request our director to felicitate our guest of honor, Sri Manoj Patnaik. I request our director to felicitate our guest of honor, Sri Alok Sikka. May I please request Professor Rajat Jones accept this honor on behalf of Alok Sikka. Request our director to felicitate Professor Susmita Bose. With the dignitaries for photograph holding the IEEE Bible. We'll have a moment for photograph today. Now, with great respect and pride, let's move on to the significant part of our session, the national anthem. Let's take pride in being an Indian and remember the glory of our nation. I request you all to stand in respect to our national anthem and sing along with pride and joy. Please come on stage.
Recorder खोल दे recorder खोल खोल खींच हमने सर
Thank you. Now I request everyone, please be seated. Now we come to a close of the inaugural session, but this marks a glorious beginning of a timely and productive event for 3 long days. My best wishes are with you all. With this, I request Professor Vishwajit Pradhan to propose a vote of thanks. So please come on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished guests of honor, respected members of audience, esteemed colleagues, and dear students. First and foremost, on behalf of IIIT Bhubaneswar, we thank our respected dignitaries on stage for finding their valuable time and ensuring their presence. We owe our debt of gratitude to Sri Manoj Patnaik, IAS Additional Secretary, Government of Odisha, for blessing this occasion and inspiring us with his august presence. Thank you, sir, for being with us here. A heartfelt thanks to Sri Subhadra Sir, MD Spark, for blessing the occasion. Our profound thanks are due to Sri Gyanadas, IAS MD, OSDMA, for sharing his precious time and seasonal wisdom. Thank you, sir. We express our gratitude to Sri Alok Sikka, IWMI India representative, for his invaluable guidance. We thank Dr. Surajit Ghosh, IWMI Sri Lanka, for supporting and being instrumental in organizing this workshop. I would like to thank Professor Susmita Ghosh for gracing this occasion today. We heartily thank the Director IIIT Bhubaneswar, Professor Ashish Ghosh, for his unwavering support and in making this significant event possible. He first initiated this event. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Registrar IIIT Bhubaneswar, Professor Devashish Chenna, our Dean Academic, Professor Rakesh Balwantrai, Dean Student Affairs, Professor Pradeep Vishwal, and entire organizing committee of IIIT Bhubaneswar, IEEE GRSS members, fellow colleagues, technical team, students, volunteers, for ensuring diligence in all the processes. And my special thanks to Dr. Arun Kumar Sahu, who was very supportive in this, making this event very successful. Finally, I thank the young and bright students, scientists, researchers, faculties who came here to participate in this event. Thank you once again to all, to one and all. Now we assemble for some high tea in the open area outside the auditorium. Thank you very much.